The Mild Manner Movie Review with your host, Tim.
And Tony. On this week's episode, we will be talking about The Shawshank Redemption.
Are you not entertained? But tonight, we dine in hell! Great Scott!
You play ball like a girl!
We're on a mission from God. Life finds a way.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
I thought of something that totally applies to last week, but when Arnold was doing his press tour, I think he was on Kimmel, and he gave him like a bunch of different phrases to say. And he said like "yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker," like in the Terminator accent, or in his accent. Yeah. But getting back to this movie, we picked The Shawshank Redemption because these next 5 or 6 weeks we're doing different genre movies, and I picked a drama for this week. And,
we randomized it.
We randomized. You're right.
You had the drama.
I picked the genre choice, and it got randomized to this week. So I picked one of my favorite movies and probably one of the best dramas, I would say, out there.
It's like the first movie comes.
Yep, most people think of. So we figured, and we haven't done it yet, so we figured might as well do it then. And then, do you remember the first time you watched it?
No, not really. It was probably on TV though, and I think I only caught like the second half of it, and then I had to watch like the whole thing again.
Yeah,
because it's always on TV.
It is. My first time was English class.
Who's English class?
Mr. J.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think I did see it before that, though.
I don't think I did.
Because I was in his English class. I don't remember watching that, though.
There was like a week where there was nothing to do. So
there was nothing to do. Yeah, I want to say...
Oh, no.
I want to say I watched it first saw
that was The Rock.
7th or 8th grade.
I'm remembering wrong. That was The Rock.
That was The Rock. I remember that.
So that's why I can't remember. Oh, no. But you know what? I think this was a movie I watched
in school.
In school for some reason.
For something. Yeah, I could see that.
So my memory is just wrong for the last 2 weeks. I think last week was worse.
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Still have not confirmed it.
Or denied. Okay, let's jump right into our first segment. A Tim and Tony review of The Shawshank Redemption.
This week, we will be talking about two imprisoned men who bond over a number of years, finding solace and eventual redemption through acts of common decency.
Yeah. Right, for the most part, I guess.
Yeah, a nice short description for a lengthy movie.
All right, so I'm up first.
Yes, we are going in order this week.
All right, so for my top 5, my honorable mention, first one is helping Tommy get his diploma. Love those scenes. And then when he freaks out at the end, 2 points right there. He throws in the garbage.
I'll tell you this, go.
Yeah, and then them telling Andy that he got a C+ average.
Yeah, when he's
pretty cool.
When he's in solitary.
But then it gets really sad after that. But up until that point, I like. Let's see. Next one, Hayward. Hayward, played by President Ellis from the MCU. But he's perfect. He's got like the little bit of that stutter, and like it's not even like he has some great lines, and I think I have one of them in my quotes. But like the faces he makes throughout the movie are just great. Like there was a few that I should have marked down, but like the last one I remember is when he's looking down at the table after Red said Andy's been acting weird, and he's like, "What?" He's like, I came by the shop and asked for a length of rope. They're like, "What do you do? Why would
you gave it to him?
You gave it to him." So I didn't know, and he's like,
"Well, yeah."
Yeah, I don't know. I love his characters. nice little comic relief every once in a while. And then my last honorable mention is the last probation meeting that Red has. That he tells them that he doesn't know what rehabilitation, or they don't know what rehabilitation means.
It's just a silly made up word.
Yeah. And then he gets out because of that. But my number 5 is them working on the roof. First off, them all getting picked.
Yeah.
And then what was it? It's, Andy, look down at the mop. And he's like yelling at him. Do you trust your wife? This is the first thing he says.
Step back. I think he's gonna have it.
I think he's gonna throw him off the roof, and they're all freaking out. And then I love like him going through like, yeah, you could do this, and,
like explaining.
Explaining it. He said, I feel dumb, or I shouldn't have said anything because you probably would have looked it up though. And he's like, yeah, you're right. And then him getting the beers, and I love like that part when Red's like talking. He's like, yeah, so he's like, how does he say it? Like, Andy was trying to get favor with the cons or the guards. Like he's like, you could either see it as he was trying to gain favor with us or the guards. He's like, I think he just wanted to be normal for a little bit, and then they just show him sitting in the shade. It's a great scene.
Yeah, by himself.
Mm-hmm. Number 4, the narration. It's like I don't know. Morgan Freeman's voice is perfect too.
Yeah.
So
I think I read this was like his first voice narration, which is fantastic.
Which set him down a long path of narrating things.
A successful path.
Number 3 is Andy and Red. Just their friendship, and like the first time they meet is great. I think I have 2 lines from that actually.
I think we have similar times.
Yeah, but like I don't know, when he's asking him for stuff, and I love. I'm gonna bring this up, but like when stuff comes back around, they use like lines multiple times. Mm-hmm. Like I know you're a man who can get things. They say a lot, and I like that it comes up at near the end of the movie and in the beginning, and
that's like it's like their thing.
Yeah, and then get busy living, get busy dying comes up. But there's a few things that, and like between them two, especially, is like, what was it? There's another one that comes up when he's on the bus. Brooke says it, and then Red says it later.
I don't think they'll kick up any fuss.
Kick up any fuss for an old con
like me.
I don't know. I like that part. I'll throw that as my 2.5.
Huh? No, I'll take a 2.5. Yeah.
2 is getting the books and building a library. Just like him writing the letters is great.
Every week for
6 years.
6 years, I think.
But I won't go too much because I think you have the second part of that scene, which I love. But then when they build the library, like Hayward's singing with the records, but when they're separating the books, and what do they get to? Count of Monte Cristo?
Yeah,
and he's like Cristo, or what does he say?
Crisco,
you dumbass, by Alexander Dumbass Dumas. I think you'd like that one. It's about a prison break. We should put that under educational. Yeah, just those scenes are great. And then number 1 is the escape. I just like it because, I mean, they could have easily just went right into it. Like that night he was escaping. But because it's from the point of view of Red, like he's like panicking that he's going to kill himself.
You see him being like, that was like the longest night I've ever done. Like,
and then I love when they go back and they show like, yeah, he did shine the shoes, but then he put them on. And then he switched the books out, and then no one noticed he was wearing the shoes.
And he used the rope to like tie it off to like carry his stuff.
Yeah, just, I don't know. They did it very well. And then I love him getting the warden freaking out the next day. It's great. That whole, like, as from that point on, it's like the movie's perfect, I think.
Yeah. It like ties everything up nicely.
Yeah. But those are my top 5.
Okay, for my top 5, my honorable mentions is I'll expand it, but like the numerous like parodies and references and stuff in pop culture in general. Stemming from this movie, but specifically the Family Guy parody.
10 minutes because it's a third of an episode, so it's like 10 minutes long almost.
If that. And they basically hit all the high points, and it's hilarious.
I do love this. Is the first thing I thought of, though. Oh, wait.
I wish I could tell you that the Monopoly guy fought the good fight and the sisters let him be. I wish I could tell you that. But prison is no fairy tale world.
I love it's just a shot for shot with the Monopoly man.
I think that's what I like about the Family Guy. Like, whenever they parody anything, is like they really try and get it like shot for shot into the movie, and this one's no different.
Yeah, but like the third of an episode is just because I rewatched it after you put it, and just perfect.
They combine everything so nicely. The characters fit perfectly. Carter being the warden and Joe being Boggs. Like,
yeah, then was it the pirate with all the peg legs and arms
it's
the guard.
Yeah.
Dufresne, you're holding me up. He's walking.
Another honorable mention is the score. While it's not like prevalent, I wouldn't say, but there's a lot of like downtime where it's just you're watching them in the yard or they're scanning over, and it just adds to the movie.
Or like that. I love when he pulls the poster away. I think that's the most iconic part of the score.
Right.
It's like the dun, 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 dun.
And then you're like following down the tunnel while everyone's looking through it. Another honorable mention is Brooks. Just his storyline, the character, the way he plays it all. It's a good story, and it's like just one small story in the whole 2.5 hour. I'll round it up, but it's like such a meaningful one to everyone in the movie, and then it makes sense. Like when Red says he's institutionalized, like he's not crazy.
That is a great speech too. Monologue, I guess.
He's like, the walls do stuff to a man, and you know, everyone's got their breaking point.
Red, I believe you're talking out of your ass.
Oh, hush up. And then my last honorable mention is how they show like the passage of time. Like, it's very subtle, where it's like some guys will have a little bit more facial hair, especially when they put them in solitary. It's like,
they just give them a 5 o'clock shadow most of the time.
They put a little bit on. And then every once in a while, the lines will be like, well, yeah, he's been here like 6 years. Or they'll like give you how much time has been. So like they work it in there nicely.
Yeah, without showing you on the bottom, like
without like being
10
like,
years later,
exactly, without being too overt about it. So my number 5 is their outdoor work. So when they go the rooftop tar scene, which is on right now.
Oh yeah, about to toss him.
Yeah, everything about that.
Or the other outdoor scene's great too.
Oh yeah, when they're in the field
trying to get the rocks.
Yeah.
It's a horse apple. Bullshit. Horse shit. He's like smelling this again. Like,
my number 4 is The Escape. We pretty much covered it in yours, but everything. How he waits for times like the thunder and the lightning.
Yeah, and
to hitting into the pipe.
And then I just love him crawling through that pipe too. It's just
that's
disgusting.
If I had to, maybe. But definitely. Other than that, probably not. My number 3 is the music scene when I think he kind of like, well, for me, I take it as like he finally got a win with like getting all the books and all that stuff. So he thinks, oh yeah, you know, I did something good, so let's share it with everybody like he did with the rooftop scene or the tarring scene. So that was just a nice little, like, yeah, I'll take the punishment for it because I'm already getting punished for something I didn't do.
And everyone just stops and listens. I don't know. It's a great scene.
And then Haywood goes, you couldn't have played something better?
They busted down the door before I could take requests.
My number 2 is getting back at the warden. So, I mean, throughout he set everything up. He even said that. And then just like once the warden decided, oh no, you're mine. Like I'm gonna do everything, and he's like, okay, fine. I won't tell anyone, but I can still screw you over, and he absolutely does that.
Yeah, takes his back pay and then
takes his shoes
and a suit of his, right?
Either that, or I would imagine. I don't know.
Else
actually,
would he have gotten that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Unless he went, because if he
'Cause
went,
then Red would know. I mean, he got the harmonica for Red from a competitor, but then I don't know. I think he stole it from the warden.
Either stole it or that would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Although it totally wouldn't fit him because
He's a good almost foot taller
at
than him,
least,
probably.
yeah.
The pants you just need to let out a little bit.
Just to have all the dust from all the rocks he dropped. But then my number one is Andy and Red. So like their friendship together, and like you mentioned how like they interact. Like I understand you're a man who knows how to get things. Just like their small, tiny conversations.
Yeah, talking about chess,
chess and
getting
music
Rita Hayward.
Yeah, like getting out what they would do.
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
All right, a few problems with the movie. I don't really have any.
I absolutely don't. It's not long enough.
It's not long enough.
But I would say differences from the book, but I haven't read the book, so
yeah,
it's on my. After what you've been saying, I definitely want to read it.
Yeah. From what I've heard about the book, I want to read it. All right, favorite quotes. All right, my first one is Red narrating, but it's right after Andy escapes. It was Andy Dufresne who crawled through a river of shit and came out clean on the other side. Just a great line. Another one of Red's, and it's right when they first meet. Andy tells him that he's innocent, and he kind of chuckles. He goes, "You're gonna fit right in. Everyone in here is innocent. You know that, or you don't know that?" And he goes, "Haywood, what you in here for?" Didn't do it. Lawyer fucked me. He's like playing baseball too. Let's see. Oh, my third one is the warden. Right after he finds out Andy escaped. This one's. I love the whole thing, but I cut it down a little bit. Yeah. But he's like yelling at everybody. And he's like, "Lord, it's a miracle." Man up and vanished like a fart in the wind. That's my favorite part, though. Nothing left but some damn rocks on the windowsill and that cupcake on the wall. And then he goes into yelling at the poster and throws the rocks at him. Yeah. And then my last one is when they meet, and Andy goes, "Mr." like asking his name. Yeah. He goes, "Red." Name's Red. And Andy goes, "Red?" like questioning him. He's like, why do they call you that? He's like, "Maybe it's because I'm Irish." And he kind of like makes a face, and then he looks away, and Andy walks away, and he just starts smiling.
Yeah. Like he's happy with his response on that. It's like, oh, I know what I'll say. Maybe it's because I'm Irish.
Which in the book he is.
That's right. Yeah, I knew that was one of the things. For my favorite quotes, my first one, which we've kind of been mentioning, alluding to, but Andy goes, "I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living or get busy dying." And then that's something that they repeat. Or
just
Red
once,
repeats,
yeah. And then what does he say after it though? He says, "Get." He says like, "Get busy living, get busy dying," and then he says
"Ooh, you're I don't think he says "you're goddamn right," but
something like that,
along those lines.
Yeah, because when Andy says it, it comes off as if he's
like
just ready to give up or something. Yeah,
he's like telling him like,
when Red says it, you could.
It's like
more of like a motivational,
right?
Push.
Yeah, like I needed this at this time, kind of wording. My second one, which is another scene we alluded to, and I cut it down, but it's Red in his parole hearings, and I think it's the last one.
Yeah,
it's the last one. So they asked him, like, are you rehabilitated? What does that mean? Or do you feel sorry for what happened? And Red says, "There's not a day that goes by I don't feel regret. Not because I'm in here, because you think I should. I look back on the way I was then, a young, stupid kid who committed that terrible crime. I want to talk to him. I want to try to talk some sense into him, tell him the way things are, but I can't. That kid's long gone, and this old man's all that's left. I got to live with that. Rehabilitated? It's just a bullshit word. You go on and stamp your form, Sonny, and stop wasting my time, because to tell you the truth, I don't give a shit."
And then they stamp it approved.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's either like, okay, he gets it, or the new warden's like, get him out. My third quote is when they're watching the movie, and Andy comes up to Red. And he's like, starts with, I understand how you're a man who knows how to get things. He's like, okay, yeah, what do you need? And he says, Rita Hayworth. And Red kind of like scoffs at him. He's like, can you get her? Take a few weeks. And he says, weeks? And Red says, well, yeah, Andy, I don't have her stuffed down the front of my pants right now, I'm sorry to say. But I'll get her. Relax. And then my last quote is
the one you've been you should have did that one first.
I didn't even realize that. But it's Andy and Red, and Andy goes, I understand you're a man who knows how to get things. And Red says, I'm known to locate certain things from time to time.
It's a great response, though.
It is. And let's move on to some TNT trivia about the movie, starting with Who Am I?
A little early.
I am your father. I am vengeance. I am.
It's right there.
I
Put it
am
in X.
Batman. I am the Clit Commander.
Yes, I'm Batman.
Come rich, guys!
Okay. All right. So for my Who Am I? The 4 movies that this person's been in on IMDb.
Also, are there any females in this besides like the 5-second scene with his wife in the beginning?
And then Rita Hayworth's in the movie, and then the chick yelling at the manager that Brooks isn't double bagging.
And then
There's
the
one
people
other
at the hearing.
Yeah.
At the end, but like they don't say anything.
No, I think there's someone testifies, a woman testifies against him too in the beginning. There's 2 women with actual lines, I think I read. So the first movie is The Shawshank Redemption. Second one, Starship Troopers. Third, Thor Ragnarok. And the fourth is Warcraft.
I have a hunch. So Ragnarok helped and didn't help at the same time.
Helped and didn't.
So Shawshank.
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. That's the one that's going to get me.
Ragnarok and Warcraft.
Warcraft?
Like the movie that came out a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
About the game. I haven't played it. I haven't watched it.
Okay. I'm going to scroll through. I'm going to go with the head guard. Where is he? Clancy Brown.
That is correct.
Yeah?
Yes.
Ooh.
He was the guy in the beginning, the villain, Shirtan or whatever.
Oh, like the
flame
guy.
But he has played villains for 2 of DC's most famous characters. He voiced Superman's nemesis Lex Luthor, and Green Lantern's adversary Parallax. In the movie,
they put
maybe.
a voice to him?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look that one up. I forgot to. But he actually tested for Superman, but Bruce Timm thought he'd be a better Lex Luthor.
I would agree with that. I like that.
And then he has played 2 characters named Captain Hadley, one in The Shawshank Redemption, and then the other one in The Guardian, the one about the Coast Guard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And those are my facts.
Nice. Okay. My Who Am I is I am known for Vice, Sorry for Your Loss, Mom, and Justified.
I really don't know.
You really do, though. Vice, Sorry for Your Loss, Mom, and Justified.
Is it William Sadler? Hayward?
It is
no.
not.
The Warden?
No. This person also has done a couple voiceover roles. He's in The Maze Runner. Trying to think of The Mentalist. I'm trying to think of
Is it Boggs?
No, I'm trying to think of one that won't give it away immediately. But we talked about him. He's in Psych for probably an episode.
He's in Psych.
We talked about him while he was on in the movie.
Oh, God.
Very short.
Oh, it's a fat ass.
No.
No? Oh.
The other short scene, probably towards the end, towards the middle and the end.
Oh, Don McManus.
Yes. There's not much trivia on him. The one I do know is he's a graduate of Yale University. He was born November 8th. We just missed his birthday. And he was born in San Diego. So he's a California actor. Also probably best known from Ocean's 13.
Best known.
As Pit Boss.
As Pit Boss. Yep.
But that's my Who Am I?
All right, that was a good one. Now for some random trivia about the movie. My first one, Clint Eastwood, Harrison Ford, Paul Newman, and Robert Redford were considered for the part of Red. Like we said, so Red was actually a middle-aged white Irishman with graying red hair. But Frank Darabont always had Morgan Freeman in mind for the role because of his voice. So that's why that joke was thrown in.
That's perfect.
Yep. My second one is that the film initially grossed $18 million, and that could not even cover the cost of its production. Did another $10 million in the wake of its Oscar nominations, but the film was deemed a box office failure, which is crazy.
Especially for now when most people consider it one of the best movies.
One of the movies of all time, yeah. In like the top 100 you have to see. And my last one, I mean, this is kind of old, but in 2013, this movie was given 151 hours, which is 6 days and 7 hours of airtime on U.S. channels.
Absolutely.
It's probably only gone up.
Exactly. Especially since 2013.
Yeah. We're probably at a full month now.
For sure. My random facts about the movie. When they're in the jail yard and they're playing catch scene, Morgan Freeman threw all day while they were filming, so it took about like 9 hours, and he didn't complain at all during the scene. And then he was so sore the next day, he showed up in a sling because he just kept throwing the ball for 9 hours, probably without stretching or doing anything. My second fact is that Stephen King has considered this to be one of his favorite film adaptations based on his own work.
I could see that.
And then my last fact, this was Morgan Freeman's first time narrating a movie, like we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Unusually, the narration was recorded before filming began and then was played on set to dictate the rhythm of each scene. Freeman recorded the guide track in an Iowa recording studio in only 40 minutes, which is insane.
Yeah.
He does most of the narration of it. However, there was a minor hiss to the track, which sound engineers in Los Angeles couldn't eradicate. Consequently, it had to be re-recorded in a proper studio, which took 3 weeks.
That's crazy.
That's the most crazy part.
Yeah.
It's like, if he could do it in 40 minutes,
and then
what is he doing? What are they doing in there for the rest of the time?
All right. Final thoughts. I mean, there's about a million things we missed. But
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, the Blu-ray menu is like impossible to navigate.
It's really impossible to see any kind of differences.
Difference on how to pick which option.
Yeah, other than this being probably one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I could literally watch this one whenever
I
it's
literally
on.
do watch it whenever it's on,
on.
most of the time. Just because it's, no matter how many times you see it, it's still, there's something about it that
And it was $10 on Amazon with the Green Mile on Blu-ray, so it was definitely worth it.
Totally worth it. Yeah, I mean, we hit most of the bigger scenes.
Yeah, I'm sure as we go on, might think of some more stuff, but I think I'm sure someone will yell at us that we forgot something. But
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about
Then
all the points
covered
we
pretty
hit.
much everything. And we've quoted a lot more of it too.
Yeah. So next up, we'll pretend like we're in charge and recast the movie.
Yikes.
All right. I will go first.
Please do, because
You didn't do it.
it's up here.
It's up
right?
here. All right. So for Andy, I'm going to go with Robert Downey Jr.
Can I guess now?
You want to guess now?
It's not going to be what you think it is. I would guess actors from movies who've reviewed before, which is probably wrong. But
No, that is wrong.
okay, I liked my guess. Though.
Okay. Red, I'm going to go with Wesley Snipes.
Oh wow! Maybe I should have gone with the first thing I was thinking of.
Warden Norton, Tim Allen. Hayward, Christian Slater. Captain Hadley, Sean Penn. Boggs, I have two different ones. Kiefer Sutherland.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah. Or this one's a little weird, but Danny Trejo. I was picturing like Con hair. 'Cause
It is a really weird one.
yeah. But my number one is Kiefer. If we couldn't get Kiefer, we're going for Trejo.
If we couldn't get him.
Tommy, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I like that one.
Like a younger Mark.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
now, but early
Like a-
career.
like,
Italian job, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Well, perfect.
Yeah.
The best one.
And then Brooks, Nick Nolte. And I'm picturing like Warrior.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like a now Nick Nolte.
Yikes.
All right.
I would have to guess Marvel actors, but
That is incorrect.
yeah.
Although a lot of them,
90%
there's a
of
few.
them.
There's a few that aren't though. Thought you were gonna be able to get it, but I.
Run through it quick.
Robert Downey Jr., Wesley Snipes, Tim Allen, Christian Slater, Sean Penn, Kiefer Sutherland / Danny Trejo, Mark Wahlberg, and Nick Nolte.
Wow.
It's an odd group.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why I would thought Christmas movie actors, but that even that doesn't make sense. Oh, wow. You got me.
I got you.
Yeah.
It is actors who have served time in prison.
Oh, damn it. That is a really good one.
Except for Nolte was kind of a stretch because it was only probation.
But it's still.
But he's got that super famous mugshot. So, yeah, Downey did 15 months for drug and gun possession. Wesley Snipes didn't pay his taxes, got 3 years.
Yeah, that's a famous one.
Tim Allen got caught at the airport with
coke.
a pound and a half of coke.
A ton of coke.
Served 2 years. I think it was sentenced 2 years, but he served less.
Yeah.
Christian Slater, assault while under the influence of cocaine, 3 months. Sean Penn attacked an extra on the set of Colors, 60 days.
60 days.
Kiefer Sutherland, driving under the influence of
That one I think.
and for violating probation, 48 days. Danny Trejo, armed robbery and drug offenses, 11 years.
11 years?
Yeah, and then he became an actor. You didn't know that?
I mean, I'm sure I figured that, but
Mark Wahlberg, assault, 2 years.
that I could see.
And then Nick Nolte, drunk driving, 3 years probation. But then I did find out that in 1965 he was arrested for selling counterfeit documents. I don't know what kind of documents. Was given a 45-year prison sentence and a $75,000 fine, but it was suspended. The sentence.
Man.
I guess and then,
That's
like he couldn't
crazy.
serve in Vietnam. I guess because of it.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm still kind of. Oh wait. Okay.
So you went with the one we were talking about.
I did. I had to because I had most of them filled out already. I'm just. Okay, I got that one.
Yeah, I'll help you out because I know who you're.
Yeah, because you know who I have left. Oh, okay. I like. Yeah, thank you. That is who. That is one of them that I. And I know his name. I need one.
Oh,
more.
you need one more.
Yeah, we watched it before, and we came up with my theme before, so you will know what my theme is.
Oh, how about this?
I got one, but I don't know if that. How did I forget it? Oh. Ooh,
You might
okay.
need to switch.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I'm okay with that.
Okay with it.
Okay. So my for Andy, Randall Park. We might as well just leave what the theme is because I know you know it. For Red, I went with Ken Watanabe. Warden Norton, Lou Diamond Phillips. Haywood, Aaron Yu, who we know what he's from now.
Yes.
Captain Hadley, I went with Donnie Yen. For Boggs, I went with Jake Choi. For Tommy, I was just re-looking up one of them too. For Tommy, I went Ludi Lin. And Brooks, Jackie Chan.
That's a good one.
So I wonder if you can guess my theme.
Asian actor.
Yes, because we talked about it when I was trying to think of one, and it totally works.
It totally works.
Could probably mix them up somewhere, but yeah, Randall Park, just hilarious.
Yeah.
Ken Watanabe's that.
And he would narrate the whole thing. I'd like that.
Oh yeah, true. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that would be even
That
better.
would work. Lou Diamond Phillips as Norton.
Yeah, because whenever he's on like a TV show, he plays like a SWAT guy, like in Psych, or I think he's FBI.
I think he is, yeah.
But he plays like that SWAT type, and then I think what I really remembering him from is Sandra Bullock, Miss Congeniality.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what I have him in mind for.
He was in I don't know how far you got in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but he was in like the 3 episodes where Jake
really?
was in prison.
I haven't gotten.
He was like the Red actually of the prison. He was getting people stuff.
I'll leave him as a warden.
Yeah.
Haywood, Aaron Yu. We've been seeing him a lot lately.
Yeah. in commercials
For shows. Donnie Yen. I had to throw him in there. It would be interesting to see
I
him
think
play
it'd be
like
more
a hard
badass.
ass. Yeah.
Captain Hadley too.
Jake
This one-
Choi.
From Single Parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
That's the
saw him
only
on the
one.
list. I'm like, he could be funny. Like they could probably
I
alter
think
the role.
I would switch your Boggs and your Tommy, I think. I could see him as Tommy better.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Oh yeah.
Kind of
Based
goofy.
on-
yeah,
'cause I-
based off of Single Parents, because that's the only thing I've ever
That's-
seen him
yeah.
in. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll leave it.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with my. I'm sticking with my list. And then Ludi Lin,
Power
Rangers, and
Who's
he
the
was
other one? Oh, Aquaman.
You barely see him though because he's in like the full get up. And then Jackie Chan
As Brooks.
as Brooks is the wise older.
That's
older
good.
guy.
I like that one.
I think it works.
It does.
Okay. Now it's time for us to rank our top 5 or so prison movies.
So 10 for me.
Yeah,
10
a lot
for
more too. I only have 9. I could probably find one, but
yeah, you probably not too difficult. There's a ton of them.
I'll look one up.
But my honorable mentions, I'm gonna go with Death Race, Shot Caller with Kingslayer from Game of Thrones, and then Prison Break. And the only reason it doesn't go higher is because it's a TV show.
It's a TV show.
But it's
I
so
will
good.
accept that.
Number 10, Escape Plan. Arnold and Sly together are perfect.
Yep.
Plus, like, I don't know, I love that opening scene when he escapes that first prison. It's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, like the first one.
Yeah. Number 9, Green Mile, another Stephen King. Yeah, that cast is crazy too. Number 8, The Longest Yard. I've never seen the original, so just the Adam Sandler one. But it's great.
Yeah.
Number 7, Law Abiding Citizen, which we were talking about too before this.
Before it, yeah.
Yeah, that's another good one where he's in prison for most of it.
Yeah, most of it is in the prison. That was a sneaky good one. I remember going to see it and I was like, oh, I really
I mean,
like
it's a little outrageous, but it's still
a little bit, yeah. But actually,
and in it, I don't know, they do it very well where like you're rooting for him and then there's a point where you're not rooting for him. You're like, oh wait, you took it too far.
This tiny bit of maybe we could have done without.
Yeah. Number 6 is put 2 of them because so the experiment and the Stanford prison experiment. Stanford one was later, but they're both, that one's like legit based off of the actual thing that happened. And then the experiment's more of a like an exaggerated version. But they're both really good. The experiment has Adrian Brody in it.
Okay.
I remember it just was on TV, and I ended up watching most of it. And then I went back and watched
the rest
beginning.
of it.
Yeah, really good. Recommend it. And then the Stanford one's got Ezra Miller.
Oh,
and what's the kid's name from Sky High? He's in it. There's a bunch of like big names in it.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Billy Chertup.
Okay, yeah,
he's in it. Yeah, it's really, that one's more closely
like
based on the actual events that they did.
Happened.
Yeah, but they're both really good. Number 5, Natural Born Killers. Robert Downey Jr., Woody Harrelson, and Tommy Lee Jones is pre Two-Face, but it's like almost a prequel because he's just as crazy.
Kind of like above the law.
Yeah. Yeah, but that one's a great one. 4, Con Air, Prison in the Sky.
The best of both worlds.
The best of both. Number 3, The Great Escape. War movie and a prison escape movie put together. We'll be talking about it, actually.
Probably soon for our war.
I think it's next, actually. Yeah.
Is that and that's the one you picked, right?
Number 2, Papillon.
That's why I look familiar.
Both of them.
I remember you were talking about this one recently.
Yeah. The Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman one's probably a little better. But the one with Charlie Hunnam and Rami Malek, both are really good. But yeah, the original is fantastic. And then number 1, Shawshank. It's got to be.
Absolutely. So my top list... I'll start with number 9 since I couldn't think of another one. And I don't think I've seen... 10 will go Prison Break for the same reason. It's a TV show, but it's like lasted long enough and was good enough to...
I think they did a kind of a movie too.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen that though.
They did some sort of thing with that. But my number 9 is Green Mile. Number 8, Condemned, which we kind of were debating about it. They are prisoners
They are
in prison.
Well, then you could have counted Hunger Games.
Well, that's not really prisoners. That's volunteers.
They're not volunteers.
Oh,
she
the
is.
entire thing
She's
is
the
I
only one.
volunteer.
No, they pick
That
a
is
name out of a hat.
She volunteered.
She volunteered. There's one.
I'm going to stick with Condemned.
I'm gonna stick with-
My number 7 is Death Race.
Okay. Jason Statham. And
Yep.
what's Ian McShane?
Yes, I believe that.
Is like the head guy.
Yeah. My number 6, Escape Plan.
Which we were talking, they have 3 now.
Yeah.
that are out.
2 was
2.
released, and then they're like, oh, here's 3.
It's like
oh,
I
wait
think
a
they
minute.
must have filmed them at the same time.
I think so. I think that's what Batista was saying.
Mm-hmm.
My number 5, Con Air. Number 4, Law Abiding Citizen. 3, Longest Yard. Same. I haven't seen the original.
Yeah.
But I really liked the Adam Sandler one.
Yeah.
Number 2, Holes, which was another you brought up, and then you're like, no, it doesn't count.
I said that one counts.
I would totally.
You were the
agree.
one that said that it doesn't count. Liar.
Okay, you got me. It's more of a camp, but
Yeah. But then, like, I
totally
would
agree.
also count, like,
'Cause you-
Gridiron Gang would count. I would
Right.
count Juvie as prison, pretty
okay,
much.
Then then Holes is number 2.
Yes. I'll throw that in my honorable mentions.
That's way too low, but that's okay.
Well, I'm not going to re-rank them all right now, Tony.
And then my
It's way too low, but okay.
my number 1 is Shawshank Redemption.
Okay. Good list. For our last segment, let's talk about the Geek News.
Just a mild-mannered reporter.
He doesn't want to be famous, and I'll make him infamous.
General, haven't you ever heard of freedom of the press?
I'm not a cop. I'm a reporter.
Gossip, rumors, panic in the streets. We're lucky.
Vicky Vale. I'm intrigued by Alex's giant bat story, so I've done some.
The Batman. Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
It is not. I resent that. Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
The police won't help. The press has to do the right thing.
You serious?
First up on the docket, the Crisis on Infinite Earths teaser came out. Didn't give us much.
Super teaser.
Yeah. We saw Brandon Routh's Superman, but they've been posting that already.
Yeah, they've been posting most of what's going to happen.
And then we saw, what was it? Arrow, Batwoman, and his daughter all walking together. I think that was like a newer clip that we hadn't seen before. Otherwise, everything else was very...
It was pretty much, yeah.
But they also did announce that Kevin Smith is to host the Crisis on Infinite Earths after show for the first and third episode of the crossover.
That should be good.
Yeah, right
He's
after.
just going to be...
going nuts.
It's crazy because like it'll be on CW, so he won't do his normal reviews because his normal reviews are just like so obscene. And for the CW, he's just gonna be like, "Yeah, it was really great."
He might cry a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. He'll probably cry
the whole time,
the entire time.
Yeah, but I'd like him as the host. That's perfect.
Yeah, that makes total sense because he's directed.
And I'm glad
some
they're
of it.
doing like a after show, which will make me watch it live now. Though
Yeah.
I'd rather have just watched all 3 in a row.
Yeah, but now it's like one
have to
and
watch
the other.
Yeah.
Also, Hulu becomes the official home for FX TV shows now.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get like Always Sunny live, like when the episode
When it
airs, we get
comes
the
out,
next
yeah.
day. Same with Archer.
That's the 2 shows I need to catch up on. Pretty sure
one of
any,
those.
any show we mention, I'd be like,
Yeah.
well, I need to catch up on.
I mean, they have a lot of them, like Legion. They have on there already, Mayans. But I'm guessing that they're going to get all the backlog, like Sons of Anarchy. And
all the
Nip
all the ones
Tuck
that
and
are
all
like,
those.
done
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, so that I mean I like
that
Hulu,
makes sense.
so,
Yeah,
and I like FX, so that works out. 3 more Has Fallen movies have been planned.
I read this. I'm like, what? Oh,
I had to put it in quotes. And a possible spinoff. So like the Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen was the second, and Angel Has Fallen. So now they plan 3 more. So another trilogy of them, which I'm fine
what
with. I
else
didn't
can
see
fall?
I didn't see Angel Has Fallen, but it looked good.
The latest one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
London was good.
London and Olympus, I like that one
Yeah.
too. And then some recent news: Titans on DC Universe supposedly is what it showed is renewed for a season 3.
So I don't know. All the reports that they're gonna get, I think they might get bundled into like the HBO Max.
That would make more sense.
But it's still gonna be a thing, just because. I mean, first their original shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, HBO could easily grab all the movies and all the other stuff. Like
Right.
that would be
Yeah, all
fine.
the-
But then you have the whole catalog of all the comics, is which a lot of people are paying for.
Exactly. That's why most people got it, because you can get to everything that they have.
So I think that's why it'll survive. I could definitely see like HBO Max. You could buy like pay $15 a month and you get both of them.
Right.
Or
That would-
it'd probably be 20, because I think regular HBO now is 15. But that's still
It's
a
still
good, decent deal.
totally worth it.
Yeah. Next up, the Scoob trailer. It was kind of a teaser. We didn't get much,
Right.
But I like the designs that they have
I was
for
gonna say,
them.
it's a nice,
And then
different.
I saw the cast is crazy. The
I didn't see anything.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Will Forte is playing Shaggy.
Okay, I totally missed that.
God, who are the girls?
Daphne and Velma.
Yeah, but who? Oh, Amanda. Was it
Seyfried?
Seyfried?
I still don't know how to say
Is Daphne.
Okay.
Gina Rodriguez is Velma.
No way.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Zac Efron is Fred.
Okay,
that's perfect. Blue Falcon, Mark Wahlberg. I don't know who Blue Falcon is though. If I saw him, maybe.
I thought that was the actor. I'm like, I have no idea. Who that is.
Dick Dastardly is Jason Isaacs.
Okay. I know.
Yeah. I think that's. Oh, Ken Jeong's in it.
Perfect.
Tracy Morgan's gonna do a voice. Captain Caveman. But it looks. The trailer looks fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad they're not redoing like a live action.
Yeah.
One. I like the animated.
When the live action came out, it was for that time.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put it that way. But speaking of old animated stuff, Sonic the Hedgehog trailer was released with the new design of Sonic. And oh boy, does it look great.
It looks. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do that in the first place.
Yeah, they would have saved a ton of money, and they probably would have had more people going to it. But yeah, it looks really good.
I mean, exactly like.
It's basically like they took him from the game and put him in there, which is what they should have been doing. But
not the creepy human
the
version
humanoid.
with the tiny eyes.
I mean, I get what they were going for, but they missed.
Yeah,
I'll say they missed.
They did. And then last up, we got a Fantasy Island trailer from Blumhouse.
Really? Man, they're really just doing a ton of stuff.
And Michael Pena
that makes
is
sense
in the
why you said
lead.
it's like a horror.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's a horror movie this time around. Yeah, it's like, all these. It's kind of like they came to like a resort, and they tell them that you can get your fantasy there, and one of the girls' fantasies is to get revenge on her schoolyard bully. And they think it's going to be like holograms and stuff like that, but it's the actual
do
bully.
They bring in the bully?
Yeah, and she's like, she could torture she's like doing things that cause the bully to get tortured, and then I don't know. It just looks
almost like a Cabin in the Woods too, where it's like, did she get to like pick the things?
Sort of,
not that extensive.
Not that extensive. Like she thinks it's kind of fake, and then she realizes it's real. Sure. But they didn't. I mean, they went through some of the other people's fantasies, but like. The one chicks they go through kind of explains how the movie's going to go. Okay. But they're like, they went too far on our fantasies or something. Like they're all like, and then they're probably going to die, but it looks good.
Most likely.
Mm-hmm. But that wraps up the news. But before we go, we'll look to what's coming up for Tim and Tony. Episode 125 will be the war movie genre. And like we said, we're gonna go with The Great Escape. After that, it's gonna be a western, then a comedy, then a horror, and then a superhero movie. and then our top 10 for the year.
Yeah, and then our big finale.
Yeah, so I figure we'll give everyone a head start, and anyone we've talked to some people on the top 10.
Right.
Just record your top 10 movies of all time, or I mean, however you want to rank. If you want to rank just comedies or rank certain actors' movies, you can. Just a top 10 list, and we're gonna put them all together for our final episode. Yep. So if we haven't contacted you, feel free to still
contact us. Yeah, send us the video so that way you can be in it.
Yeah,
be a part of it.
So that's been our show today. Hope you enjoyed it.
You can follow us on social media and our website, timandtonytalk.com. And remember, share this with your friends.
And make sure to join us next week for the Mild Manner Movie Review.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening. I'm Tim.
And I'm Tony. And we are the Dynamic Duo.
Good night.